Hey everybody, how you doing? The Kimbe Baobab here, and I just we're right smack in the middle of August, which is the eighth month of the year. So we are focusing on the eighth strategy in the SOL system, which stands for SOLD, Strategic Organic Leads on Demand. 12 simple step-by-step structured sequential strategies that you can use to attract high quality leads for free until you become profitable enough to scale with paid ads. That's how the system works. So every month we focus on one particular channel, and in this month we focus on content marketing. So when I properly edit this video, maybe I'll stick the slide in. Maybe I can pause, whatever. I'm going to show you all the steps in the SOL system, and it's designed to take you from the most simple, basic, free, low tech, low experience method, organic method to attract high quality leads through something called demand generation, which is top of the funnel marketing, but that's too complicated. But there are several steps in marketing, several steps in the sales sequence. And before anybody really buys from you, they kind of have to get to know, like, and trust you, right? So they can get to know, like, and trust you if they continually see content about you and learn about you and find out about you without you always shoving a sale in their face, right? And you know what? My granddaughter says right all the time, and I realize every time I'm presenting, I say right a lot. When I edit my videos, I hear myself say right a lot. Anyway, I guess I'm looking for some agreement. But yeah, and so anyway, what I want to do is I want to show you these different steps that you can use to create content, and video marketing is, you know, one of the types of content that we're going to talk about in the presentation. But starting with really low tech, easy stuff, all the way up to complex and expensive paid ads, right? So first it's video marketing, then local marketing, then mobile marketing. That's QR codes, SMS, short codes, mobile apps, etc. Then we look at different social media channels that might work best for your business. What else is there after social media? We look at our analytics, then we do competitive research, and then we focus on our branding. Now that you've done the competitive research, now that you know your audience message, now you can really focus on who you are. Like, I always wear blue, right? I'm always wearing blue. I'm always wearing orange. There's a particular theme on my social media because that's my brand. I'm trying to portray that we're trustworthy, fun, experienced, we're professionals that don't take ourselves too seriously, basically. But we take your business very seriously. And we have a wonderful track record of success. So, yeah. And so then you do your branding, and now we are here. Is that right? It's eighth month. Yes, the eighth month is content creation. And then next month, you'll see with the steps of the SOL system, next month, we focus on content marketing. So now that you've created all this content, where are you going to put it? On what channels are you going to put them on? On what channels are you going to put them? And then it's syndication. Sometimes a lot of people just create content on their own and putting it on their own channel, so no one else, you're not really expanding your reach. But with content syndication and distribution, you can get a lot of people, a lot of centers of influence to help get recognition for your business and your brand. And once that's happening, now you can start to create some strategic campaigns around everything you've learned in the prior 10 steps. And now you're being strategic with your campaign. So you're not just creating content and putting it here, there, and everywhere. You'll be able to test, look at your analytics, see what's been working. And now you're saying, okay, we are going to market on LinkedIn with Sales Navigator, targeting chief executives in companies that make over this much money with this much staff, with this much tech staff. Like, you can be really precise in your campaign planning. A teacher or a doll company might, around school time, start promoting dolls to teachers to have them in their classroom, whereas a Christmas campaign might be selling the same doll, but a Christmas campaign might be towards parents or aunts or whoever aunts and uncles, family, whatever, to buy this doll around Christmas time. Same product, different campaigns, different channels, right? So that's what the campaign planning is about. And then the last channel is paid ads. Now that you have all that experience and you've done it all organically and expectedly, you would have, converted some of those leads and prospects into customers or clients or community followers, whatever. And now you're starting to make some money. Now you're starting to save some money. Now you're starting to invest some money. Now you have some disposable income. Now you have some discretionary income, and you can breathe a little bit. You can sit back. You can relax. You can take a look at the landscape and everything you've learned by following the soul system to organically grow your business. And now you are ready and confidently ready to invest in paid ads. And all along the way, you can do exactly what I did, is reach out to different ad agencies and tell them about your goals, tell them what you've learned, tell them what you're looking for. You can gauge personality and fit and vision and see who fits. You can compare different prices, different strategies. For me, for example, I could go with Al Rakesh with the YouTube ads. I could go with Janak Mehta to do funnels, and they'll just take care of everything and just take a percentage of the profits, which I really think I like. There's outreach, there's so much, right? There's a guy named Yogi I can work with who would just set up all of our funnels and do our ads. I know his pricing, right? I also have been inside the back of these paid ad channels, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, etc. And it's a lot to manage, and it's not something that I want to manage, but it's something I want to understand so that I can get in there when I want to and really see what's going on. Anyway, so that's the soul system in a nutshell. And this month, in the month of August, we are focusing on content creation, creating all the different types of content. So, all right, let's just jump into it. This presentation I'm going to show you right now is just a presentation for small business owners to learn what type of content they can create. We do have a course available, a home study program, where you can dive more deeply into each type of content creation. So, for example, written content would be PDFs, white papers, ebooks. There's a whole list. I'll probably show you guys the list by the end of the presentation. There's audio content, right? Podcasts, audiograms, audio blogs, voice notes, testimonial, audio composition, so much. Audio ebooks. There's interactive content. There's graphic design content, right? That's infographics, banners, announcements, photos, right? So there's so much. So if you wanted, get something that's structured for yourself, your company, an entrepreneur that you know and love, then invest in this program. And it will get into all, like, for example, email content. What are all the different types of emails you can write? Welcome emails, lead nurturing emails, announcement emails, birthday, holiday emails, transaction emails in terms of order process emails, receipts, invoices, thank yous, welcomes, instructions, login, passwords. There's so many different types of email content you can create. And also, of course, at the end of the day, how to use AI to facilitate all of that and even produce it, distribute it, syndicate it, and do everything for you. So with that, let's jump in. I'm now going to share my screen. Share screen. I want to see what you're seeing here. I hope you can see my screen. There we go here. Can you see my screen? Well, I'm going to stop sharing for a second, and then I'm going to share so that I can be clear on what I'm showing. Well, hopefully it's working. Yeah, it says sharing your screen. I'm sharing my screen. I'm fine. Okay, let's go. View, let's go. We are going to do the slideshow. And we are starting from here. Let's start from the beginning. All right, and here we go, guys. So we're going to cover powerful content creation ideas for small business growth. Are you ready to supercharge your small business with content that converts? This presentation is going to walk you through the most effective content types you can use to engage your audience, generate leads, grow your business, and unlock the potential of strategic content creation as a part of the strategic organic leads on demand system, the Soul System. So, of course, if you're following the Soul System, you know that the first type of video content I tell people to create is video, right? And this all started, I guess, back in 2017. We had this program called the MILD program, MILD, Mapped International Leadership and Development Program, where we had third year university college students who were in media, communications, business, journalism. I think there was something else. Oh, audio visual arts. Yeah, come and work with us. And small businesses could get a discounted price on marketing services working with one of the apprentices who I was overseeing and making sure that they were producing the best quality work, because of course it's my name and my company's name on it. And so they were getting the same level of service and production and quality that they would have been getting working with me directly. However, it was discounted because they were working with the apprentices. Anyway, we had an apprentice. Her name was, what's her name? Is it Elaine? It's not Elaine. It could be Elaine. Anyway, and she told me that she ran into a friend and the friend had asked her, she said, so, what are you up to these days? And she said, oh, well, I'm working with a marketing company and I work with this lady named Kimbe and blah, blah, blah. And the lady said, oh my gosh, well, it's amazing. I have a small business. Like, what do you think I should do? And they are literally at the stoplight at an intersection. So there's not a whole bunch of time to talk. And I can't remember what it was she said that she told a lady, but I was like, oh my gosh, if you have no time, no money, no experience, no nothing, just start with video, make videos, just start making videos about your business, about products, just make videos. And, you can put those on your social media. You can download the transcript. You'll get written content. Like, that is a great place to start. Okay. Oh my God, it was so great seeing you. I love you. Hug and kiss. And that is kind of how the whole thing started for me. So we want to make video, and we have a whole other masterclass on video marketing. If you're interested in that, I'll put the link in the chat. But you start with video, and you want to start with short form video. Our attention span is massively decreasing. You need to really be able to capture people quickly. They don't have time for the long introductions. And that's, again, another thing we talk about in our video marketing masterclass is we talk about best practices. It's not just about making videos for your business, but you have to be strategic about it. You have to have a hook in the beginning. You have to have some kind of something that captures their attention. You have to give them a reason to stay to the end. Anyway, so short form videos is the way to go right now. If you didn't watch anything else in the webinar, this is what you need to take away. Short form video has exploded with unprecedented engagement rates. They're attention grabbing that are perfect for small businesses with limited time and resources, right? You don't have to hire anybody. You don't have to write a fancy script. You don't have to be a good copywriter. You're going to want to put these videos on Reels, TikToks, and Shorts. There's a secret strategy, again, in the video marketing masterclass. So I would highly encourage, if you guys like this webinar, to sign up for that webinar. Stories and live streams, if you're brave enough to do that. Another type of content you can create is educational content. You can position yourself as an authority. So again, I told you in the beginning of this presentation, people will get to know, like, and trust you. And they can do that just by you not selling them things all the time, but showcasing your expertise, showcasing your success, showcasing your awards, showcasing what you know. And when I actually launched Mapdom, the first thing I did was I applied to win a whole bunch of awards, because then from then on out, I could always say on my marketing material that I'm an award-winning digital marketer. That will never change because I won an award. That was strategic. I also didn't have a lot of money or time for blogs, but I needed to take advantage of SEO. So I got testimonials, another free strategy. And people, no matter, even if they go to your fanciest million, thousand, zillion dollar website, they're still going to go look at your reviews to see what other people say about you. So that's where I focused my energy when I left corporate and I was building this business. And it starts with all these organic strategies. And again, this is basically how the Sold system came to be, based on this and stuff I had done in corporate. Anyway, point is, you want to position yourself as an authority, and you can do that with blogs and posts, taking advantage of SEO that targets your keywords. White papers, which are in-depth research or data-backed content that showcases your expertise solving specific industry challenges. Like, if people find that about you online, they'll be like, oh, this person is smart. They know what they're doing. I know their process, and I think I want to engage with them. Let me give them a call and see what they're all up to and about. And then ebooks, comprehensive guides that solve specific problems for your audience. So there are lots of type of ebooks, right? There are entertainment ebooks, there are all kinds of ebooks. But again, if you're building your authority, you're going to want to create ebooks that solve problems, packaged, attractively, download, and it's also a lead generation method for you, basically, right? Educational content works well because it provides value first, establishing your trust before asking for the sale. And then there's audio content. So I love it because the videos, like I said, you can take those videos and you can just download the audio, and you can use those as little mini podcasts or whatever. There are so many ways. And it seems like, okay, it's really helpful to have a content marketing webinar. However, I'm not really telling everybody anything that's new. We all kind of know that there are all these different ways to market your business, all of this different types of content to create. But I think sometimes we get scattered and there's no structure, right? Nobody has provided a step-by-step plan that says, do this first, do this second, do this third, do this fourth, do this fifth, do this next, do that. It kind of holds your hand through the entire process, doesn't rush you through it. You go deep in it. You really learn to master each step. So I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. You can write ebooks. You can do videos. You know all of these things. But when you learn to be strategic about it, and we're going to talk about a content wheel layer and content blocks, and how you can, again, sit down like, a CMO, a chief marketing officer, take a 50,000-foot view of everything that needs to be created and why, and what purpose is it serving, and what is it fitting into. Anyway, so that's why I say start with video, because video, you can strip off the audio and you can use that audio in all kinds of ways. Of course, you can do podcasts, audiograms, and voice notes sent directly to clients. It's much more engaging than email sometimes. Audio content allows your audience to consume your expertise while doing other things, so they're not too busy for you, right? All right, and then there's social media content, of course, carousels, memes, GIFs, and countdown timers that promote urgency for launches. So again, it's not just about posting on social media, but being strategic about it. How often are you just going to post engaging content? How often are you going to post entertainment type content? How often are you going to post educational content? How often are you going to ask for a sale? And then you don't always have to come up with all the content by yourself. You can actually leverage user-generated content. And that means content that other people create. So you can do a survey, you can take a poll, you can ask for feedback, you can ask them to give you videos, you can ask them to show you videos of them using your product, you can ask them for testimonial videos, right? But it's authentic photos and videos or testimonials created by customers who are using your products in real life. And UGC, that's what they call it, user-generated content, is 76% more trustworthy than branded content alone. So you're going to want to have that mix. And again, coming to a webinar like this, allow yourself to breathe and sit back and sort of think about things strategically, like a chief marketing officer or a chief operations officer, and not someone who's just like working on the floor, right? Right. Okay. And then, like I mentioned before, video, what testimonials is the best of both worlds. You want to be strategic, as I mentioned before, in your selection framework. Like, should I do this? I want to do this. I want to do everything. I'm like, no, slow down. You're going to do this first. You're going to do this second. But the first thing you have to understand is why you're doing any of it at all. So when deciding which content types deserve your focus, ask these 3 critical questions. Do you have a unique creation process? So does the content require a specific skill, tool, or workflow, or is it something that you can do on your own by yourself? Um, does the content serve a particular phase of the customer journey? Is it awareness? Is it somebody who's done a little bit of investigation and now wants to know more, is looking at testimonials, case studies, etc.? So where are they? Awareness, consideration, or conversion? And then distinct metrics. You're going to get all kinds of analytics, but which analytics matter to you and why? Again, what goal does it feed into? And this is where all of this strategy comes in. And I know as a small business owner, whether you're a restaurant owner or a mortgage broker or a lawyer or whatever, an artist, whatever it is, you have to create content that's going to get that awareness and convert. But you have to know what metrics matter. And again, that has to feed into what's important to you and why, where you're trying to go. So you really, really, really have to start at the beginning. Anyway, this framework helps you prioritize your content types. Again, I promote video. That's going to have the biggest impact on your business goals. Also take into consideration your resources, time, experience, budget, etc. Now, written content, I spoke about this a little bit before, but it remains the backbone of effective digital marketing, providing lasting value and SEO benefits. Social media is wonderful, but sometimes when you post it, it sort of gets lost in the feed. It's only relevant at the time that you publish it. Whereas written content, and this is again why I love our programs, because we are bringing corporate marketing strategies to your small business at an affordable rate. A lot of my good friends who are entrepreneurs, I see them just posting things on social media all the time, and they do have some success, but not enough success where they can scale. They're still consistently struggling. Whereas if I were to have a strategic approach, like with one of my, she's a life coach and VA freelance expert coach, right? I'm working with her right now. Again, you've got so much video content. Get that video content, put it out on YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Again, that we cover that in our video marketing masterclass. Really, you should sign up for it. Get that out there. That way you're not just depending, like I said in the beginning of this presentation, you're not just depending on content, people seeing content that you create on your own social media feeds, on your own LinkedIn. I mean, you probably don't even have that many followers, right? So, but if you have it on YouTube and people are searching, you know how to take advantage of keywords and all these other things that we teach in the masterclass, you can get found and you can have an international market, right? You can grow, you can create something that's viral, again, with what? Video. The next step, however, is for her to get her website done and to start to create these blogs and articles, and the success in the previous videos will tell her which content really hits, right? So you can use that to create blogs and articles, showcase your success with case studies and testimonials, ebooks and white papers that position you as a leader, and then website copy and landing pages that's designed to convert. The key benefit is written content has the longest shelf life of all content types, continuing to drive traffic and leads for years after publication. Visual content that captures attention. In our increasingly visual digital world, eye-catching graphics can stop a scroll and communicate complex ideas instantly. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Branding is important. Again, with Maptum, it's blue and orange for the fun, but the seriousness. Maptum is written in impact font on purpose. We're bold. We get results, success. It's all a part of it, right? So anyway, some types of visual content you can create that's going to also provide value for your audience would be checklists and workbooks, slide decks, social media graphics, carousels, memes, and GIFs. Video content. I told you already that short form video content is where it is at to begin, but again, it has to be strategic. The point is to create short form video that's going to grab attention, grab followers, have you come up in their feed time and time again. And then you can say in your video or in the description, hey, if you want to know more, if you want to get more in depth, go to our channel and watch our longer video. So this is where they get to know. They've gotten to know you. Now they've gotten to know you and they like you. And now they're going to engage and consume your long form content, and they're going to get to really know, like, and trust you. And then eventually be top of mind and break them down to buy. Sometimes there can be an 18-month sales cycle. Not everybody obviously is going to come to your website and buy right away. They need to see your product. They used to say 8 to 12 times. I say 15 before they even see you. Right, by 30. Okay, now there's a little bit of trust. And that's why, again, strategically, I know I keep talking about our video marketing webinar and our video marketing masterclass, our home study program, rather, where we talk about this kind of stuff. It's just really exciting. And then specialized videos, so demos, explainers, whiteboard videos, etc. Video is 53 times more likely to rank on the first page of Google than just your website again. So if anybody's interested in working with us for 6 months to a year, we do have a one-on-one program. It is $25,000. We do have payment plans available. However, but this is, again, we walk you through the soul system month by month, just like with this particular client. And I'm just super excited about this because I do these presentations and it just always reaffirms what I know, what I see in the world, what's worked in corporate, what works in real life. That, yeah, you can spend all this time. The reason we start with video first, right? And we don't start with branding first. We don't start with websites first. Like websites, SEO, and all that other stuff comes after the soul system or parallel to the soul system. But you can spend all your time writing blogs, SEO, doing all the technical part of it. And it usually will take your website 1 year to rank with consistent SEO effort, whereas you can post a video and it can rank right away. So again, it's about being strategic about the whole thing. And then there's audio content. Again, you can take the video, right? Strip the audio from it. And now you've got little audio clips that you can put in all kinds of places. Audio content, build connection through sound. Music is one of the things that I didn't put in here, but when we do branding, we look at what images represent your business, what colors, what font, what taglines, but also what music represents your business. If there was an aroma or a smell, what would it be? Because those are the other senses that you can engage with your potential consumers to help really solidify your brand and really connect to them on a subliminal, subconscious level. It's wonderful. Anyway, different types of content you can create: podcasts, audiograms, voice notes, audio courses, voiceover scripts. Why audio works: audio content creates an intimate connection with your audience through the power of voice. It's consumed during activities when visual content isn't possible. So you're driving, exercising, or doing chores. 62% of Americans now listen to podcasts, making it a mainstream medium with massive reach potential. And then there's something that people don't really think about too much. Again, it's more sophisticated level of marketing. One of the other things that we teach is about if anyone's heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we teach about business marketing hierarchy of needs. And there are all these different levels of marketing and marketing sophistication and marketing awareness. And everyone knows about social media and perhaps video and website and word of mouth. That's basic marketing on bottom. But as you go higher on the pyramid, your marketing tactics become more sophisticated and advanced. That has to do with AI and automation and workflows and CRMs and stuff that we're not going to get into. But in terms of content creation, most people aren't thinking about gamification. Most people aren't thinking about calculators and different tools. They're not necessarily thinking about quizzes and polls or interactive infographics. That's sort of higher level, corporate level, sophisticated marketing awareness, creation, and output. And so I just want to let you know that is something like gamification is a really great way to get loyalty and to build connection. And like gamifying things really helps with engagement and helps them stick around your website longer. There was I don't know. I had a couple of gamification examples that we were going to do in our business just the other day, and I can't think of them right now. Otherwise, I would tell them to you. But that is something you can think about. Think about areas of your business that you can gamify and how you can create content around that to attract more leads, prospects, customers, clients, followers, fans, community, etc. All right, so lead generation content that converts, strategic content designed specifically to capture contact information and move prospects through your sales funnel. So now it's not just something on social media for the point of posting on social media. Is not just, something about, it's not just posting on social media for branding or doing a video about branding. Now you want to be like, you make a video, for example, a video on a video promoting this webinar, for example, right? So it's like, if you want to watch this content marketing webinar, just give us your name and email address and we'll send the link right to you, right? Or we'll drop it right in your inbox or get access to it right now. But it's an exchange. So some of the things that are good high converting lead magnets include templates and swipe files, cheat sheets and quick guides, free assessments and audits, exclusive discounts, and email courses delivered over time. I'm not going to get into this too much, but there's community building content. So that transforms customers into advocates by creating a community, a group where there's belonging, recognition, and shared experiences. So you would need to create content for that group. You would need to be strategic in how you keep them engaged and keep them bonded, coming back year after year after year after year. So user-generated content makes them feel good to see things that they've posted, comments and highlight, promoting insightful comments, recognizing contributors, community spotlights, forum and discussions, and then ask me anything sessions. So that's a way to build community, have people engaged, and help them to be loyal. Strategic content planning tools. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, so I learned all these different types of content that I can create, but this is a little bit overwhelming. I don't know where to start. You don't have to do it all on your own. Again, AI can help you with all of that. That's going to be part 2 of this webinar. But strategic content planning tools. Effective content requires thoughtful planning and measurement to ensure your efforts drive business results. So content calendars, organizing and schedule your content across different channels so that you don't have to do it manually and that you're maintaining consistency. Sometimes people are very worried about what type of content they should create or the quality of the content that they can create. And I always say, just jump in. You're not going to be an expert right away. You're not going to know what works until you put some stuff out there. And at least you're getting some momentum, you're learning, you're getting your feet wet, you're gaining information, you're learning along the way, and then you can make them all pretty and fancy later on when you have more time, money, resources, or can outsource it to somebody else to do it for you. But you don't have to worry about how amazing and wonderful the content is. It's really more important for the algorithms that you are posting consistently. So a content calendar is really going to help you with that. Then, like I keep talking about all the time, analytics, which I believe is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th step in the SOL system. Tracking performance. Don't just post to post. Don't just do a blog to blog. Take a look at your SEO keywords. Are you improving in the rankings? Are you getting more views? Is your YouTube channel growing? Are you getting more customers? Are you making more money? Are you making more sales? Are you having more engagement? Look at your analytics. What's the best day to post, the best time to post, the best channel on which to post, the best message, which video or content resonates the most with people. And then again, take that information to be strategic in your decision, in your marketing decision making process moving forward. So for us, again, the whole year of the SOL system, going through each strategy month by month by month by month, gives you 1 whole year to prepare yourself to be more strategic, successful, and scale in their years to come. That's basically the point of the SOL system. Editorial style guides, maintain brand consistency across. So this is like our brand document and our brand guidelines. It helps you to maintain brand consistency across all content with the same voice, tone, colors. Everything looks consistent. And I say this because there was one time I was developing mobile apps. That's where the name Maptum actually comes from. And you'll notice in Maptum, the APP is orange to stand out for applications. So it was mobile application domination. That's where Maptum comes from. And even that, just telling a story about the history of your business can be content. In any case, so mobile application development, right? So we used to develop mobile apps for small businesses because I had come from corporate and they were not focusing that much on social media. Now they were focusing on mobile apps. And my friends, again, who are entrepreneurs, who God bless them, are doing the best they can, but really don't know anything from a higher education level perspective in marketing or an executive position in marketing or corporate or government, et cetera. They just have no idea or exposure. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are just, you're doing this all wrong. You're so behind. And then you're wondering why you're struggling. So I'm like, hey guys, you guys should develop mobile apps. And I started this marketing and mobile application development company. That's what Maptum comes from. So when I was looking at people's apps, doing competitive research, I would look at their website and their website would look so nice. Restaurants in this particular case would look so nice. You could order menus, beautiful, functions so well and seamlessly. And then you would get to they would follow us on our YouTube channel, or their social media looked like crap, or is very horribly neglected. And worse yet, their mobile app looked nothing like their website. It was a very disjointed experience. It was like being jolted. It wasn't seamless. And I was just like, oh my gosh, people don't know how important the user experience is. So it is super important. It helps to develop trust on a subconscious and subliminal level. So it's important to maintain brand consistency across all content types. And you can do that when you have documented guidelines. That means it doesn't matter, if it's a new VA, an old VA, people come and leave your business, new people come into your business, you can hand this to them. Everybody is on the same page. So making sure that you have an editorial and branding style guide. And then KPIs and dashboards so that you can take a look at those analytics really quickly. You can optimize for what's important to you and make strategic decisions, not really on the fly, but very quickly, and share those reports with people without all of the, super granular information that you might get in a more detailed analytic report. All right. And then trust building written content. We already talked about this, the blogs, the ebooks, the website copy, transactional emails. We talked about this before. Welcome emails have a 50 to 60% open rate. They just engage with you. They're excited to get what it is you promised them. Order form rates, order confirmation, 65% open rate. So that's a really good time on the receipt or on that email to encourage them to maybe reply. Oh, I'm giving away some super mega secrets right there. I'm going to pull back on that one. But there are strategic things that you can do on your order form to help with deliverability and open rates in the future, including surveys to find out what kind of content they want. Do they want to be on your email list? Ask them that right away, and then get them to reply so that you have engagement and you end up in their inbox by whitelisting. Oh my gosh, that's going to improve your deliverability so much. That right there is a $5,000 tip. I can't believe I gave it away, but I swear to God, I cannot help myself. Okay, and then shipping confirmation. Send them something. So if you're digital, whatever, people love to get mail. Make it tangible. People love to get stuff from Amazon, right? Send them a little something, even if you're digital, and then have shipping confirmation with the same strategies I mentioned earlier so that you can increase your open rate. I really should charge for this webinar with that golden nugget that I included, and I know that I'm not going to edit it out. All right, these emails have the highest open rates of any email type. So again, in the content creation home study program, one of the areas that we focus on is email, different types of email that you can create, and we help you with easy AI that can make it all better for you. Now, the thing is, if you're going to create a lot of content with AI, it's going to start to sound very bland or robotic, and there are certain things that you have to say to it. You have to basically teach it your voice and your brand colors. And that all has to do, again, with the steps. So what happens in marketing, sometimes people just jump in, they do this, that, and the other, whatever, but they're not following any steps and then wondering why they're discombobulated. All right, promotional emails that drive sales. You can talk about a product launch, a flash sale, a seasonal promotion, or re-engagement or win back. You can, instead of it being a bulk email, get their email address, get their phone number, send them a postcard, tell them to check their email, re-engage with them. Yeah, because email has one of the highest rates of return in terms of marketing investment. All right. And then there are drip campaigns that nurture relationships. So drip campaigns are automated email sequences that deliver the right content at the right time, guiding prospects towards a purchase decision. So it's a sequence of 5 to 7 emails that educate prospects about your solution while building trust. You can have a mini course or an onboarding series. Community emails that foster engagement, newsletters once a week, once a month, right? AI can also help you with that. Even if you have a restaurant, people may not come to your store all the time. They'll get your email, they'll see what's in. It's just really about keeping yourself top of mind. And then there's getting feedback surveys, business focused videos. So we talked earlier about social media and TikTok and reels and carousels and all that kind of stuff. But for the longer form videos, for them to get to know, like, and trust you, product demonstrations, live demonstrations are really important. Behind the scenes, humanize your brand and help to build connection, and they get to see a face behind the business. These videos help potential customers visualize themselves using your product, and that helps build confidence needed to make purchase decisions. Educational content, again, helping you build to authority, how-to videos, tutorial videos, step-by-step instructions. And it's always good. This is a really good picture. It's always good to have you teaching on a whiteboard. It just makes you look more authoritative. It's a really slick branding strategy, branding and marketing strategy. Explainer videos, webinars, live trainings, whiteboard videos. Educational content works because it positions you as the expert while providing immediate value to the prospects before they become customers. You're already giving them something of incredible value for nothing. They're going to love you for that. And they're going to keep coming back for more and building themselves. And when they're ready, they'll buy. 96% of people have watched an explainer video to learn more about a product or service. So again, you can spend all your money. Again, the Soul System is designed to be strategic because we can focus all of our time and energy on our website like I've seen people do. And at the end of the day, it's not going to really matter when people are going to look for videos. They're going to look for testimonials. So start with that really simple, easy, organic stuff. Creative video formats. You can have animated explainers. You can have Lego. You can have claymation. You can have cinematic storytelling. You can have motion graphics. You can have stop motion. So yes, again, shameless plug for our video marketing home study program. I think there are like 13, it's like a 13-week home study program. Every week you focus on a particular area of video marketing, what it is, why it's important, the stats, different types of video you can make would be in the second week. In the third week, I think we talk about keywords and keyword research. In the fourth week, I think we talk about writing 50 video titles for your business and why using those keywords, etc. But we have 3 bonus, because that's just for basic beginner small business video mastery home study program, or give it to your VA to execute for you, whatever. But then we have 3 additional ones. One is on like viral things you can do, how to like be viral with your videos. The other one is on more cinematic stuff and how to use your phone to get more professional looking videos if that's what you want. The other one is about how to use emotion, including, humor, fear, anger, happiness, joy, love, how to use those emotions in your videos to connect and convert more, to convert, capture, and convert more. And then part of what we do with the videos is we also talk about AI, how to use AI for all of this video production, make it quick, smoothie, easy, fast, free. You might have to pay $20 a month for the actual AI program, but you can just leave it with a watermark if you want to. But then all the different types of videos you can make with specific types of AI. So again, I talked about claymation, Lego, anime. It can be so much fun. So video is always the way to go, I say, but these are all the different types of content you can create. So here we go. So here is your core content creation checklist. Start with these essential formats to build a solid content foundation for your small business. Short form video marketing, email marketing, blog content, lead magnets, social media graphics. Remember, consistency beats perfection. I said that before. Start with these core content types, measure results, and expand your strategy based on what works for you. Now, I want to say that it's very easy and wonderful to get to know these things. It's like, okay, you knew what to do before, but you didn't necessarily know how to do it properly. And now you know how to do it properly. It was like, oh my gosh, well, like how you do it. Where do you start? So I'm glad that you know all the different content pieces that you have to do. If you want to work with us to help you execute the whole thing, now that you have a foundational understanding, basically that's it. Now that you have a fundamental foundational understanding of what it is and what it's create. Now there are all the different nuances. Well, what types of videos are you going to create? How long are they going to be? The images, all of this still requires work. But it's like you want to build this big building. You want to build legacy, right? So pretend that's a building you're constructing. You want to build this big skyscraper in the sky. You want to build this big skyscraper of a life. In any architectural, anything, no matter what the house looks like, it could be made of bricks or sticks. You got to lay the foundation. That's the first thing that you have to do. You have to lay the foundation. And then from there, you get the frameworks and the structural beams, the thing that actually holds it up together, right? And then you work on the details. And the very last thing you're going to worry about is the drapes. And so what I've given you right now is the foundation. I've given you foundation, and I've given you some of the structural frameworks to help you hold up your business from a marketing perspective. Those details, the actual engineering of it, the strategy and the understanding and the years of experience behind it is a whole other thing. So I want you to know that today you have gotten the foundation, the fundamentals, and the structural framework. Let us fill in all of the blanks for you. Again, we do have a 1-year accelerator work with you one-on-one program. It's $25,000. We do have payment plans available. So that's just something to keep in mind. But without that, you do have your core content. Like I said, you got to do email marketing, but now let's to think about what emails, who's going to write them, how long is it going to take, what are you going to say, how are you going to test it, A/B marketing, audience segmentation, follow-up emails, email design templates, right? It's a whole thing. Auto scheduling them. It's a whole thing. Testing if link works. It's a whole thing. Blogs and SEO. Great. Now you have to write blogs, how long they should be, how frequently should you do those blogs, what other things do you need to do? Should you include images? How do you put those images? How do you test? It's a lot. But don't get overwhelmed and don't let that discourage you, because you can start small. Like I said, just make videos. Just make videos. Talk about your business. Get some testimonial videos. Do a product demonstration. Do a day in the life. Do a come with me to work. Look over my shoulder. Just talk into your video and say, hey, I'm growing my business. I don't know what to do or where to start or how to be more successful, but I heard video is the way to go. So I'm making a video. Have a good day and post that on YouTube. All right. Just get started. Remember, consistency beats perfection. So if you want to learn more and you want to unlock your content creation potential and you're ready to transform your content strategy and consistently create high converting content, then I encourage you to join my content creation home study program and get weekly group coaching from me or one of my senior staff, where we meet once a week and we help you with your content roadmap, tools, techniques, questions, answers. We'll look at your stuff and we go through the home study program week by week by week. So again, starting with what content marketing is. Again, it's another 13-week program. What content marketing is, why it's important, the statistics around it. We go over the different types of content you can create, and then which types of content might be best for your business and why. And then we go into each of them: email marketing, email content, blogs, white papers, So everything that I've taught you here today, we break it down, we slow it down, and we get into it with success. So remember, every step in the soul system builds upon the one prior to it, rather. So, start with video content and then master that, and then move on to the other ones. Like I said, local marketing, get your free Google business profile page. You can take advantage of SEO and get a lot of domination with local marketing before you try to get a big fancy website with complicated SEO. Just keep getting some directories, get your citations right, easy, simple stuff. Then you master that. And then you master mobile marketing, and then you pick your social media platforms and you master one or two of those. Take it slowly. You have a whole year. Breathe, relax. You're still going to get sales. You're still going to get attention. You're still going to get stuff from the stuff that you're doing that you've first done, the foundational stuff, the video stuff. You're still going to get that. So don't worry. Be patient. Relax. Okay. So yeah, but I just want you to see how in depth we go in with each strategy, right? So as we just kind of touched the surface of the surface here with this. I gave you the foundation, the fundamentals, the strategic frameworks, and then you just got to build upon that. That's like the skeletal framework of your content strategy. You got to pack on the bones, the meat, the fat, the blood, different shapes, different strokes for different folks, right? But the skeletal framework, what we all have within us, remains the same. The structure, the foundation, and the framework of your content marketing strategy remains the same. All right, so we have comprehensive modules. It's a 13-week home study program. You do it yourself at your own pace, but it's not like work on one thing one day and then do something another day and get it done in 2 weeks. I mean, you can, but it's really about getting the practice. It's really about getting the practice and sitting in it and looking at different experiences that life will bring you to bring it new perspective and understanding before rushing to the next. So just take a week. It's like when you're going to marriage counseling or personal therapy, psychotherapy, or whatever. You go every week because you have to live your life. Things have to happen, and you have to see how you can apply what you learned to your life, how you've seen things differently. And then you go back a week later and you sort of report, you grow, and you build. It's the same thing with the home study program. So it does, again, take about 90 days, and that's a good amount of time to lock in a habit and understand the program really well. We're also providing you with practical tools and templates and proven content conversion strategy tips and techniques. So if that's something that you are interested, the program is $997, or you can make 3 payments of $347. All you've got to do is go to this website here. I'm also going to include it in the chat. You're going to get 6 bonuses with the program. We will do a lot of the content creation work for you. And we also have if you are a higher level business person and you want the one-on-one strategic work with me alone, that's something different. But this is just the home study program. So work on it at your own pace. It's designed to focus on one area of content weekly. I'm going to include a slide here later on what those different things are. All the way from content calendars and scheduling to AI, it's all in there. You'll see it when you go to the next page, and then you meet weekly on a Thursday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if you can't make that, then we do have the recordings. You just missed the opportunity, but once in a while, once a month, or with a random email, I may just say, hey, I'm available on live now. We're having a live. Does someone you want to join? Whatever. You'll get access to that. But there is the URL. And so if you want to attend, this is not even supposed to be here. This is how you attend. This is how you sign up for this workshop that you're watching right now. So you don't need to do that. But if you want to purchase the program, that's what you're going to go to. All right, I guess that's it. So as I mentioned, is $997 or free payments of $397 usually, but for the next 15 minutes, I'm lowering that to 347. 3 payments of 347 go to content creation master program. Is that correct? Yeah. Content creation master program, 3 payments, and your journey starts now. So with that, I will see you on the other side. It has been my absolute pleasure to be here with you today. And stop sharing my screen. There we go. It's my absolute pleasure to be here with you today to teach you about content marketing and how it can help you grow your business. All right, follow the links below. You're going to be taken to a page with a quick feedback survey on the webinar. You know, what you liked, what could be improved, what you want to see, what you need help on. Just please fill out that survey. That's how you're going to get your free gifts. And yeah, if you'd like to buy the home study program, just go ahead and do that. If you want to work with me one-on-one in your business for an entire year, implementing each of the strategies in the soul system, we can talk about that as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day. Bye.